Hello everyone and welcome back to GRP tutorial, and I hope you are doing well. In this episode we will be covering the armor customization, and I will explain to you what type of armor does GRP has and how you can upgrade them. Alright, let's get started by showing you how to access the armor customization. You can do so from your inventory and clicking the upgrade button from the loadout, or you can also access them from your armor selection screen and clicking the upgrade button. You can also do so from the store when you're about to purchase your armor. It will bring you to the same armor customization screen. Alright, so now that you know how to access them, I'll show you the progression of the armor. So in GRP you progress the armor by tier. As you can see, there are 5 tiers, and it's the same as weapon as well. So this is how GRP progress, so level doesn't really matter. So there are 2 types of armor, heavy and light suit. So heavy suit is basically the heavier type. It has more armor and less speed, while the light suit has less armor but faster speed. So if you want to progress through the tier, you have to purchase them. So if I want to access the tier 2, I have to purchase the tier 1, and if I want to access tier 3, I have to have tier 1 and 2. So basically it's unlocking the next tier by purchasing them. But you can also access them if you don't want to go through this normal progression. You can purchase the special ammo, special armor at the top here. It has different camo. It's special edition, but it costs more than the standard one. If you purchase GC, I would recommend you to invest on this first because it is really useful. As you can see, it has 5 slots at the tier 5 armor, and it has higher armor, and basically, yeah, it's really good investment. I will go for it if I have the GC. Alright, so now that you know the differences of the heavy and the light, and also how to progress, I would recommend you to get the heavy armor for the assault, because the assault already has a huge armor bonus from its character itself. So I would further increase that by using the heavy armor. While the recon and support, I would go for the light suit because they would benefit a lot from the speed, recon especially. While the support, the speed will help you in rushing up front if you're using your blackout. So yeah, it's really useful. But again, it's preferences. If you think you would rather have the opposite, well, you can try so. I can give you an example of assault wearing light suit. So if I wear this light tactical suit tier 5, I have more speed, and if I combine that with blades and the higher level device blades, I would really run really fast. So those tactics is normally used to gain ground really fast at the start of the round, but this is a really advanced tactic which I will share in future episodes. But for now, let's stick to armor customization. Alright, so let's head to the stats. So as you can see, at the top left is the durability. So this durability will be reduced for every round you played. So one round will deduct by 1. If you notice that one match could have 2 or 3 rounds depending on the game mode. So yeah, you have to constantly repair this if you want to keep it at 100% efficiency, and it doesn't cost that much. So I would suggest you keep it maintained. Next one is tactical suit stats. So basically 100%, it tied together with the same number. As it deteriorates, this number will reflect whatever number it has over here. So armor percentage, 8%. So basically it will reduce the damage by percentage. Speed, movement speed, damage mitigation. So all these 4 stats are coming from the upgrades here. It will be affected by the upgrades, so I'll go through them. Damage mitigation is a direct mitigation or subtraction of damage from the incoming round. So if an enemy deal hand damage and you have 1 damage mitigation, the damage that will be dealt to you will be 9, and yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Next is anti-critical. This one is basically subtracting the enemy's chance of critting you. So if, let's say I'll just give you an example. So my current weapon deal 9%, so 9% of crit. So if I'm pointing at the enemy, so right now it's 7%, and if this enemy has 3% anti-crit mitigation, my crit chance will turn into 4%. So if you see that your crit chance change when you point at the enemy, that means he has anti-crit in his armor. Next one is maximum health. So assault has 140 health points. You can further increase this by from the armor upgrades. And the last one is health regen. So how much of a health that you regen per second when you're out of combat. So out of combat means that you do not engage in fire, any combat, you do not fire a gun or you being fired. That's why I would suggest you get the spot support for combat regen, and that way you always regen. Okay, so now that you know the stats, I'll show you the armor upgrade. So as I mentioned, the higher the tier of the armor, the more slots of the upgrades you could have. So for me right now is tier 1, I have 2 slots. And I'll be going through what does the upgrade means. So as you can see, there are this white color or silver color is I would say it's the rarity. So this one is medium, and as you scroll down you can see the golden one, and there's another level that is not shown here, which you can only get it from the armor mystery boxes, the tactical suit upgrade crate, which is the super rare. It has a purple icon in the middle, but I have never got that. I've seen it, but I've never got that. And those rare items is really powerful. So going back to this upgrade, as you can see, there are 4 types of upgrade that you can have. So, and it's the difference between the white and the gold, basically the number of bonus stats. As you can see, this has 2 stats, this one has 3 stats, the rare one I believe has 4 stats. Okay, so what does that mean? As you can see, the armor here, armor upgrades, it has the mitigation icon. This means that the primary bonus it gives is the damage mitigation, and then followed by health regen. So as you can see, if I go for the gold one, the primary mitigation is the damage mitigation, and then followed by anti-crit, and then max health. So as you can see, this one doesn't have the max health, and the gold one has. So, and then there are 2 different ones. This one, yep. Okay, so that's the differences. And then this one is anti-crit 0.8, anti-crit, damage mitigation, and 5% anti-crit, and so on and so on. So this one is regen, and this one is health. So you can kind of follow up with the main primary stats that you give by the icon. So on suggestion wise, normally I would go for the damage mitigation, because it is really useful. It can help you against shotgun, because it reduces the number of damage per pallet. So shotgun deal damage per pallet. So if you use this, it is really useful against shotgun. If you want more survivability, get the max health. It gives you 5 more points of health. As you can see on the left side, it changes as you select them. And if you really want to invest, go for the gold one because it gives you a lot of stats. So one warning that I want to explain to you that these upgrades is the same as weapon upgrades in that it will be bound to your armor. So if you get these two upgrades, it will be unlocked for your armor, so that your armor will have these two upgrades unlocked for them, and you can only use it in this armor. If I purchase them and then I have the next tier of armor, I have to buy the upgrades again. So be careful on what you want to invest. I would personally invest on the white one until you get the tier 5 armor, or you can just purchase the GC and straight away get the tier 5 armor, which will boost your survivability by a huge amount. So, and I'm not sure how much it costs. I can't show it here, but yeah, uh, feel free to explore. And that's all about armor. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you again in next episode. Bye.